I never want to be in the position of ever suggesting that people in the media or in the occupational, whatever this thing is that we're doing, whatever you want to call this. I don't want to ever suggest that we have to be licensed or anything. That makes no sense. But I wish we had a mood ring or something where we can look to see how many people are absolutely full of it. And what I'm seeing is people talking about stuff just to say things. I saw in the course of my little YouTube, a person, I'm not going to mention her name specifically, but her initials are Candace Owens. And she was talking about how she feels. We're not feeling the same way. I don't feel the same. This is this newfound, she and Tucker are kind of like finding their path. Like okay, they've been cut from their usual, she was with whoever the hell she was with, and then they bounced her because of, I guess, Israel. And he, of course, was bounced from Fox News. So he's enjoying this feeling of, okay, it's all me now. And it can be a bit daunting, but it can also be a bit inflationary in terms of your own self-worth. You can believe your own stuff. You can start saying things just to say things. You feel like you have to come forward and you have to say these things and you have to do all this stuff. And what's interesting about everything, is that you ask yourself the question, why are they saying this? And the answer is, I've got to put out product every single day. I've got to put out product. And if I put out product that isn't exciting or scary, nobody's going to listen. So if I distort the product, because I'm sorry, I mean this with all due respect, these people don't know what the hell they're talking about. Let me say this for the millionth time. Listen to Uncle Lenny. You can have your opinion regarding anything. You can have your opinion about climate change or gender or whatever. It's okay. That's an opinion. But when it comes to how elections are run, especially history, you just don't weigh into it. It will be like me talking about cricket scores, because I saw a cricket game, and a lot of people like it. And, I think I can build up a lot of viewers by talking about cricket, the game, and it's the second biggest game on the planet. Even though I don't know anything about it, I mean, after all, I'm a genius. How hard can it be? Now, I don't want to do anything to quash, not that I have any power to, but when it comes to elections, please, for the love of God, pay attention to what's going on. I want to talk about this, and I want to talk about a lot of things that are happening. And this is not going to be the, hey, Trump's doing great, but it's not over with. I'm going to speak to you the balance of the truth. And a balanced version. Somebody told me one time, I like you because you give us hope. I'm thinking, I don't want to give anybody hope. I want to give people the truth. Hope is okay, but I want the truth. We always talk about how much we love the truth. Well, anyway, sit back. Make sure you are subscribed today and get ready, because I got a lot of stuff to say. But first, there's a revolution happening right now above our heads. It's about to make silver more precious than ever. The sun's power is taking over the world. It's growing so fast, it'll be the biggest source of electricity by the 2030s. Solar. Now, here's the kicker. Every single solar panel needs silver to work. We're talking about a silver paste web in every panel, turning sunlight into power. Smart investors are already making their move, and that's where Noble Gold Investments comes in. With a silver IRA, you can surf this incredible wave of growth. It doesn't matter who sits in the White House or what Wall Street does. Solar power is unstoppable, and silver is its secret weapon. As the world goes green, your retirement could be going sterling silver. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers in 2024. Visit LionelNationGold.com. You may get up to 10 free brand new 1-ounce silver Trump coins. Listen to that. Or a 10-ounce silver American flag bar with every qualifying IRA. That's LionelNationGold.com. Remember, there's always a risk of investment, and there's no guarantee of any kind. It is also incumbent upon me to wish a beautiful and a joyous and a glorious and a healthy and a forever happy birthday to our favorite smiling Sue today. This young lady, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Sue. Happy birthday. Remember, you're a member of the family. First and foremost, we are a family. We've been like this for a long time. And we are a group of all types, not just a bunch of MAGA. I like when they go MAGA, Trump folks, but people who might be for anybody. As long as there's courtesy, that's all. As long as there's not, no meanness. I don't really care who you are. Whatever you believe in is fine with me. Just don't be discourteous. So Sue, happy birthday to you, dear, 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 dear friend. Have some extra crumb cake. Please make room for her at the front of this. Now, let's talk about this. What do we do every day, my friends? First, we always start off by reminding you that it is right now 81 days until the election. 81 days. That's critical. And you are going to be asked to feel the momentum, feel the excitement, this feeling of this movement that, okay, great, wonderful. Let's hear it for the excitement. Let's talk about what's important, what's really important right now. And let's go to our RCP every single day and let's look at what's happening. And so far, at the top, we start off with the poll averages. The RCP poll average has Harris up by a point. Okay. 5-way RCP has Harris up by a point. Top battleground point, Trump by 0.6. Favorability, Harris by 4.8, which is interesting because she hasn't said anything. Remember, she's the joy. Have you seen her social media move? Joy. It's happiness. And they're going to think they're going to do this again after Barack Obama. Remember, his was hope and change. Now, remember one thing. We have 111 toss-up electoral votes. We have Trump right now with a 219. Actually, with no toss-up state, Trump wins it right now. But anyway, out of Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Arizona, Nevada, North Carolina, and Georgia, the battleground states, Harris is up by two states, Wisconsin and Michigan. Trump is still ahead in Pennsylvania. That's going to be a squeaker. Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Georgia. Now, you're going to be hearing everything you possibly can imagine. Let me see if I can explain this to you, okay? You are going to be hearing things like this. Dr. Romoli Splitkin, who has never lost, he's never been wrong in any kind of election prognostication, says that so-and-so will win. It's never that Trump will win. It's always somebody else will win. See what I mean? It's never, they never say, oh, Trump's got it. No, it's always the other one. Because who would want to read that? Nobody particularly cares about it. But in any event, it works like this. And this is the most important thing. Hang on a second. Pardon me. Just for what? I'm so sorry to do this. I'm so incredibly sorry. I must answer this email immediately. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. The folks who are trying their best, again, and I'm going to I sound like a real curmudgeon here, but they don't know what the hell they're talking about. They have absolutely, positively, on a national campaign level, there are so many moving parts to this, it just never ceases to amaze me. And people are going to be coming forward just figuring, I can talk about anything. And you've seen it. You've seen them talk about it with law. You've seen them talk about it with the Constitution. You've seen it with anything. Medicine. Oh, they know everything about medicine. They know everything about everything. So right off the bat, Right off the bat, we have Trump doing his particular thing right now. And am I thrilled with what's going on? No. But is it over? Not even close. Hasn't even started yet. It hasn't even started. And what I'm saying is, I am absolutely dumbfounded by the number of people who are saying the same thing over and over and over again. Now, let me say this to you, and it's important to learn the angles, so to speak. All right, the angles of this, and the angles are this: after the collapse of Joe Biden, the Democrats were so hell bent on trying to recoup. They didn't know what to do. We laughed. We saw Van Jones cry. We see Van Jones cry a lot. Everything was terrific. Trump was picking out, do you think we'll get North Carolina? And then all of a sudden, it screeched to a halt. And there comes Kamala. And everything changed because she represents the future, the answer, the antidote. She was everything. And now they're scared. They don't know what to do. Have you heard this? You're going to hear this. It's the same script over. And listen to me. When you want to go on, they're watching all of the other folks. And when one person says something, they all say it. It's like when a baby cries, they all start crying. When a dog in your neighborhood starts barking, they all start barking. It's the same thing in the world because they have to stay on board. Let me tell you what I'm saying. They want to keep their gig. That has nothing to do with predicting, being prescient, being Vatic, being Pythonic, being anything. Nothing. It has nothing to do with that. All they want to do is keep their gig. And the way they keep their gig is by never saying anything that can be construed as being contrary to the official narrative of the network. I listened yesterday. I tried to very, very much. I tried my best. And I was trying to catch Trump at Bedminster. Horrible. Okay. But as I was watching this, I'm listening to this guy named Neil Cavuto. How can anyone listen to Neil Cavuto? I don't understand this. It's what side is he on? Who? I don't know what this. Look, it's a free country. I'm thinking, my God, if anybody's listening to this, and it's the same old story. Here's Neil Cavuto. Here's the, and I this is the only time I've watched it, so I don't know what other, but I got a snippet here and there. It's a waste of time. Now listen, my friend. Listen carefully. I want you to listen to something which is the most important. I told you a while back, and I'm going to say this again because there may be some newbies here, and I appreciate that. Oh, before I forget, I am so sorry. I was most remiss in this. Evan Webb says, Tucker and other like are okay, but with you, we can make a comment and get a response. That's good. No, Tucker, listen, Tucker's good. I appreciate that. But he's okay. It's like listening to a group. It's like, how about the Red Hot Chili Peppers? They're good. I don't know what to say. But remember, other people, you got to ask, what is the purpose of what they're saying? Edie Crowley says, happy birthday to Smiling Sue. I turned 25 on the 8th. LOL. And Mr. L, you are another lion in the den. Ah, ne sais pas. Thank you so much. And of course, Raul Rodriguez, will Trump be arrested in September? Well, we said this the other day. Will he be arrested or will he be incarcerated? Will he be incarcerated? The answer is no. Al, rumor has it they are prepping accommodations for DJT at Rikers. Thoughts? A prediction? No, like I said the other day, and thank you for that. No. Mm-mm. It's not going to happen. It's one of those. Let me see if we can do it again. We might as well do it. Judge Mershon, if I had to predict something, will, and what a lot of insiders are saying, he will most probably find President Trump guilty, so to speak, of the various contempt citations. Doesn't a citation sound good? A contempt citation. That is what's important. It's the contempt citation, number one. Number two, it will probably be, could very well be, something like an adjournment in contemplation of dismissal, whereas nothing will happen until after the election. He will not be taken into custody. It will be, even in the annals, even in this corrupt world of Manhattan prosecution and politics, absolutely no third world would ever take an arrest as 80 days before the election to arrest. Now, with his weird thing, Christos, his weird trajectory, he can actually flip it. If they did, he might go up 20 points. It's the weirdest thing. Because remember, in the world of Trump, nothing matters. Nothing. Nothing that you know. Gravity, up, left, right, ignominy, shame. Nothing works. You and I get arrested and we're ruined. Him, he goes through the roof. He goes out, he gets arrested, and he puts his mugshot, he sells t-shirts. So I can't figure that one out. Ryan says, Frank Luntz. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Don't say Frank Luntz. The tube, Frank the Rug, was on CNN warning Democrats that union members are not listening to bosses and tilting to Trump. Then on Monday, he warns Republicans that former Trump voters are tilting to Kamala. What is Luntz doing? First, as you know, Ryan, thank you for this. Luntz is the sound that a certain piece of biomass makes when it hits a toilet. That's called a Luntz. And that's what his opinions are. They're just, Frank Luntz is about Frank Luntz. And I'm going to tell you something. And I want you to listen to me, and you're going to think I'm being cruel, and I'm not. I'm not. I swear to God, I'm not being cruel. If I took a coconut, a big coconut, and I cut it in half, drained the coconut water out, took matted hair, took a glue gun, kind of sprayed it, and then put hair from off of the floor of a barber shop and put hair on it, let it dry, and then put the coconut head on my head with this hair sticking up, and then said to you, this is my real hair. No, seriously. You would be embarrassed. You would say, how dare you insult me? That's Frank Luntz. Anybody who wears that toque, you cannot possibly listen to. I'm sorry. This is the first thing he does in the morning. He says, I'm going to give advice about the future of the country. But first, let me take this beaver pelt and put it on my head. There. Now, you're going to say, that has nothing to do. It has everything to do. If Frank Luntz had a tattoo of a hand on his face, would you listen to him? Mental illness manifests itself in various ways. And anybody who puts a beaver pelt on his head is mentally ill. That notwithstanding, forget Frank Luntz. He says this because I'm telling you, class, Frank Luntz is about Frank Luntz. Oh, listen to Christian John, who says, Luntz has more than a 2-pay. It's a 3-pay. You are too funny. I'm sorry. You have no idea. I think that for the longest time, I go, it doesn't matter. When people are covered with tattoos, the first time I ever saw the guy, thyroid, whatever his name is. What's his name? Thymus, thyroid, typhus, the Tyrus, the guy on Fox News. I go, what the hell is this? I had no idea who he was. Who is he? And I'm not proud of that. I guess he was a wrestler or something. He's got the hat. I'm thinking, oh, they're really trying so hard to say, hey, let's get the guy with the tattoos on. Come on, stop it. Stop it. If you walked into your family and that was your doctor and your kid needs a valve replacement and this is Dr. Thyroid comes in or typhus comes in, you say, no, thank you. So let's stop pretending that how people look makes no difference, okay? I'm sorry. Let's stop pretending this, okay? That's number one. Number two, the Luntzes and the others, and I'm sorry, the Candace Owens have one thing in common. They're numbers. They're numbers. They're never going to do anything. Never to say anything that's really important that would hurt their likability. How anybody can frankly do Fox News and say, do you have any idea, you Fox people, what damage you have done to this country? Do you have any idea of what you've done? It'd be the last time I'd be on. They're awful. They are faux. They are rhinos, whatever you want to call them. Now, listen to what I'm saying. Remember what I told you. 3 groups of people. Candace, listen carefully, honey. This is the one who said, when I was in middle school, I saw a show called Loose Change. Yeah, okay, all right. Some of us lived through that. That's nice. That's nice, honey. Just have a seat. Good. That just in any event. Rule number 1, 3 groups of people. I'm going to vote for Trump. I'm not going to vote for Trump. And I'm easy to be played. Okay, you got this? Men, women, remember something. If you're looking for trouble, if you're looking for a mate, if you're looking for a hookup, if you're looking for something, and you can pick anybody you want, go for somebody on the rebound. Go for somebody. What was that joke? What was that thing? It says, never play cards with a man named Doc. Never. For the second and third one is, and never bed. This is terrible. Never bed someone who has more problems than you, or something like that. Listen to me carefully. I'm going to say this, and this is real life now, so listen up. If you're looking for somebody, if you really want to say, you know what, I'm tired of all this stuff. I want a day. I don't want the tender schminder, but I don't know. First thing you go for is look at the On the Rebound Club. Just broke up, heartbroken, need something. I find someone somewhere who is feeling really low and really scared and just vulnerable. They will listen to your you-know-what like nobody's business. Okay? There should be an app for that. Most gullible, most susceptible, it's like hostage negotiating. It's like salesmanship. Certain things you look for. There's a group of people in this very big tent who have been abandoned at the altar, who feel rejected, who feel like nobody's listening to them. If you ever want to talk to a kid, let's say you're doing your best you want to talk to your kids about drugs or something, and you want to talk to them, and they're 15, 16-year-old, what do? You tell them exactly what they want to hear. Nobody's listening to you. Nobody's listening to your needs. I know what you're talking about. You're at that weird age right now. Nobody's paying attention to you. You tell them what they want to hear. Same goes for hostage negotiating, salesmanship. You tell people what they want to hear. You identify with them. It's the simplest thing in the world. You do this. If you're a salesman, in the old days when you're at Sears, and somebody's walking through the appliance, pretty confusing, isn't it? Isn't it amazing how they all look alike? What's the real difference between these? Is there really? That's exactly what people are thinking. You tell people what they're thinking. You tell people what they're thinking. When I picked, one of my favorite lines to pick a jury was, Mr. So-and-so, yes, when you got your jury summons in the mail, what did you think? Did you think, hey, what's this? Is this a tax notice? Oh, no! Jury duty! And you drop it. Don't touch it. Did I get it? Did I receive it? How did they know I got it? Maybe I didn't get it. Can I ignore it? And everybody would be laughing, the whole place. The venire, the jurors, because that's exactly what they felt. What is this? What do I say? Oh, I know. I'm going to say, hang him. What if it's a civil trial? Oh, God, you're right. So who's Trump talking to? Who should he be talking to? The people who are going to vote for him all the time? No. Last night, after the worst, I don't know what this thing was in Bedminster, it sucked. Somebody here said, oh, I thought it was a good one. Because you're not the audience. He could go up and go, and you're going to love what he does. I'm sorry, with all due respect. Now, the other reality is that nobody wants Kamala. Now, listen to what I'm saying. They just don't want him. Going back to the thing. Hey, Marge, listen. It's been a while since Dan cheated on you. I hate men. I know you feel like that, honey, but listen, I work with this guy at work. He's a good man. His wife passed away. He's got kids. I think you'll like him. I hate he's not Dan. And when you tell him, listen, when you meet this girl, remember, you're not Dan. Dan is the guy that broke her heart. Dan's the guy she hates. Dan, you're not Dan. Now, that'll go for a while, but this will get you in the door. This is life, my friends. Hi, I'm Kamala Harris. I'm not Donald Trump. People don't know anything. I could go to a Kamala Harris meet and greet, those who aren't paid, pull them into a side, say, listen to me. I got $1,000 for you. I've got a questionnaire. You answer 5 of these questions, and this 1,000 is yours. And these are basic questions. Basic. Listen to what I'm telling you. 5. I got 5 questions for you. You answer 5, and you got the 1,000. And these are basic. Where's your mother from? Where's your father from? What has she done? What is her biggest accomplishment? What did she do before vice president? And I'm not going to mention any Willie Brown stuff. People will say, I don't know who the hell she is. I have no idea who she is. Ryan says, I'm confused, Lionel. Are you saying Trump should not have held a press conference, or that he should have been focused on policy? He should have planned it. He should have been talking to people who are basically unsure as to why to vote for him. And he doesn't go after Kamala, and I'm changing a little bit, but I'm answering your question. He doesn't go after her by name. He says, look, this isn't about Kamala Harris. It's about the Democrats. You don't even mention her name. It's not about Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is somebody they picked to push this agenda. Do you think anybody picked Tampon Timmy? Do you think anybody really wants him? No, they didn't even vet him. They just said, you're going to be here. You're going to play this role. You're going to play this role. This is the role. We tell you what to do. Not your talent. It's not like when you substitute a quarterback where you want somebody skilled. No, I just want somebody to stand there. You're not even an understudy. You are a mannequin. They move you up. The mannequin in the front's broken off. Okay, here, bring in another mannequin. Okay, good. Is her arm? Okay, this arm's attached. Good. Put the mannequin. That's all she does. So Trump has to tell people, it's not, there is no Kamala. It's this person who is there. And this is what the Democrats are going to do. Boom, 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 boom. This is what the Democrats are going to do. Boom, 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 boom. The Democrats, remember, Ryan, you're talking to me. I'm this scorned, broken-hearted person. I'm this scorned lover. I'm hurt. I've been left alone. I'm I'm hurting. I'm in pain. Talk to me, not the people who are already there, not the people who are going to vote for Trump. I think he always talks to his own crowd. I think he loves to hear applause. Okay, you've always known that. He's got to tell you what's going on right now. He's got to make sure that you know this thing. And like I'm also telling you, Ryan, and nobody's listening to me, but I'm going to say it until I can't say it anymore. Last night, you know what would have been better? Listen to me carefully. Those stupid, it's awkward. He needs this all of a sudden. Trump's live on Twitter. I would have had an ad where people were driving, and all of a sudden you see this. What? Trump must be live on Twitter or X or whatever. I can't call it X. Do you understand this? Barry says, judging by the neglect of this country by the current administration, the right to smile or laugh should be revoked. Indeed, a little heavy for the group, Barry, but you're right about that. I would tell people Trump, but thank you. I would tell people Trump is just, well, if Trump was on last night, this is so easy. It's safer. Set up a decent camera, get some lights. Best light store in New York on 10th Avenue, Barbizon lights. I walk by that place and say, oh my God. Have you ever seen a light store, professional light store? It's the most incredible thing. Walk in there with your phone, take a picture of yourself, a selfie with lights. Oh my God. And all he has to do is set this little room, and he sits there, and somebody maybe you're going to say this, and this. And he only has to do is say one thing, two things, whatever it is. Something to throw her off. Something that she's going to be forced to answer. You also don't need to know about what you did when you were president. I know this is weird. But imagine going to a doctor and the doctor says, you're going to have to lose a lot of weight. And you say, well, 4 years ago, I was skinny. Well, that was 4 years ago. No, but 4 years ago, it doesn't matter about 4 years ago. What about now? What's going to happen now? So anyway, going back to what I was saying, the people that are the ones who are left, Black people, gay people, Hispanic, Latino. Blacks, gays, Latinos. 3 people absolutely rejected by this woman. Rejected. Have you ever heard a woman by the name of Kathleen Stock? Kathleen Stock is my new favorite. She is a philosopher writer, and she's a lesbian, and she is absolutely positively disgusted with this gender lunacy that has marginalized her, because she says, wait a minute, I'm a gay woman, but I don't know what the hell this gender stuff, this is nuts. And what they're doing to kids is nuts. Kathleen Stock, Stock. Excellent. There's so many folks out there. So in any event, what would I do? Then I would go after Black folks. And one of the things that people do not understand, and I love this, in the world of radio and groups, the people that mean the most, you can do whatever you want to do. You want to go on Fox? Go on Fox. Give me Black morning shows. Give me urban. In regular terrestrial radio, the shows that are still doing great are urban, which is Black. What am I trying to say? Urban, Black, Latino. Oh my God. I don't know about you, but like Hot 97. Remember Angie Martinez and all this low. Oh my God. In New York, everybody listened to that. That was because terrestrial radio is dead. This is still hanging in there. And I would listen very carefully. Where is Cat Williams? Somebody got to Cat and told him, shut up. I don't want to hear anything from you. I don't want, we will pay you. You go away. Monique, same thing. Remember, Cat Williams was the biggest thing on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp. It was the biggest thing. He spoke to our hearts. In one sentence, he talked everything from the Illuminati to you name it, and then gone. They shut him up. It's so obvious. Because remember what my talent is. My talent is always to walk into a room and say, what's missing? I'm always telling Mrs. L, you know who we haven't heard from in a while? In fact, if she tells us, she was just saying the other day, I wonder who was haven't heard from so-and-so and died tragically. I'm able to determine what's missing, what's not here anymore, what songs we don't hear, what groups have gone away, what actors we haven't heard, what themes aren't here. I'm great to see what's missing. I'm the guy you want on your kid's swim team, or you're like remember the buddy system? I'm saying, where's Toby? Yeah, Toby's not here. Check the pool. And what I've noticed is that Cat Williams is gone. Listen to this group of people. Now, to a lot of white folks who sometimes, and I'm going to say this in a nice way, they hear black people talking and their brain turns off. When I see black people talking, anything with a black patois and urban twang, for some reason they can't listen. I don't know why. Maybe those of us who've been in a real urban situation, listen, you're hearing the most brilliant things available. You're hearing the most important messaging there is. And you've got to know these shows, these commentators, these are the Walter Cronkites and the what am I trying to say? The Tucker Carlsons of their time. I find it fascinating. And that is a group I would go after like you cannot believe. Trump had a smidgen of that in the Bronx. Now listen to this carefully. I'm going to break this down a little bit. This is the one I want to show you.
Also interesting too, because
this is the Breakfast Club. This is, I guess I don't know what. I'm going to be sure where the Breakfast Club is. But listen to this. Listen to this.
I follow her. I follow you, and I saw not just this fight, but what you've been saying about the.
Now, I'm not trying to be. This is her. This is Zoe or Zoe, and sometimes pronouns may be helpful. I'm not sure.
It's also interesting too because I follow her. I follow you, and I saw
her, you, whatever.
Not just this fight, but what you've been saying about the migrants.
Yeah, the migrants, they spent I know Dr. Umar was here and he was saying that they spent over $400 million. No.
Now listen, this is great. The migrants. This is great.
Oh, they spent $2.2 billion and I have it, I got all of it.
And I was saying all of this back in January because of activists like Zoe, but also because of who we talk to here in New York, what we see in New York going on. And when I'm bringing up these issues, people say it was MAGA messaging. It's not MAGA messaging.
No.
It's black people in the streets.
No, we are at a, honestly, all jokes aside, we are at a race of emergency when it comes to Black America, whatever you call yourself. We give our vote, and I'm not saying vote for whoever you want to vote, but we continue to vote blue, and we do not get anything. We just watched George Floyd, right, get killed in front of us. We just watched Sonia Massey, that's in Illinois, just get killed in front of us. And we still do not have a hate crime bill. So how many times do we have to get killed to get some type of legislation? But we continue to vote blue. And if we don't vote, it's turned to a cult. I'm 38 years old, right? And I have common sense. And I think this is the election of common sense. Okay. We just watch, I'm watching I'm going to these meetings, right? Finance meeting is very important.
Now, by the way, I got to say something right now before I forget. If I'm Donald Trump, and you know what I'm thinking of. Hate crime laws are stupid because hate is not against the law. A crime is the issue. There should be murder. Murder is what is the issue. Okay, we're not going to argue that point. But my ears will be going ding, 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 and go out into the community and say what she has said, or he or said. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be dumb, but whatever. What this fine citizen has said, and go out and say exactly what you just heard. Rephrase it. How come during the Biden administration, nobody's done anything to address this? How? And if you think this is George Floyd was not killed by a gun, George Floyd, and you can, and I know you're going to be saying, wait a minute, George Floyd was a thug. Okay, fine. If you don't know how to adapt, you're in the wrong business. My point is, listen to what is being said. Listen to the words.
Budget meeting is very important. Housing and real estate is very important in your local states. You're watching all this money being passed for housing, for resources. They're using our statistics. Like we're the highest in everything. Shooting. We even get hit by bicycles. Like how the fuck? Bicycles? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we're for everything, right? So you get this money and then none of it goes to our community. Where's the money at? Where is the audits? Where's IRS criminal division? Like there was in 1984 in Chicago, there was something called Operation Greylord.
Remember Greylord? Greylord was the biggest corruption investigation in American history, I think.
Greylord is when they went and they picked up judges, they picked up police officers, lawyers, all that for all the corruption, right? And it needs to be another Operation Greylord, but this time with the city. But the IRS was involved, the feds were involved, because IRS criminal division needs to be involved because there's too many people sleeping on the street. Migrants as well.
Now, I don't know what the IRS criminal division has to do with people sleeping on the street, but you know what? Just listen to what's being said.
For you to have $2.2 billion, you're spending $700,000 a month. $700,000 a day on shelters.
Thank you. You hear that? Keep it. Listen.
Where is this money at? You're dumping these undocumented immigrants in our communities that are already under-resourced. You're pushing us out. There's been mass illegal evictions, right? And they're not even putting that online. They're not even putting that on the news because they get more money with the illegals.
Yep.
All this money, $2.2 billion, $700,000 a day on migrant shelters. But we're supposed to continue to vote the way that we vote.
Listen.
No, what are you going to give us? We need legislation. We need a hate crime bill today.
Now, again, let that one go because that's stupid. Hate crime bills do not work, but that's okay. Far be it from me to make the correction at this point. Whatever. You want to create hate crime? You know what? Here's a hate crime bill. Go ahead. It's toothless, but if that makes you happy.
People keep talking about, Trump wants to give immunity to police. Police already have immunity. I have a black agenda. And my thing is it's supposed to be 12% of America is black, right? We need 12% of jobs. We need 12% of contracts. If neither one of these parties can give us 12%, what are we voting for?
That's the bottom line. Do you hear what I'm saying? Bobby Dowd said, I am sitting here completely surrounded by no crumb cake. Literally, bro. You know, I was watching that the other day, and I mean, if you, literally, spend any amount of time watching any good police video, YouTube, I'm telling you, it reminds me of how demented everything is. So, what do I mean to tell you? This is what the Trump team has to do. I will bet you $1 billion if I had it, that nobody in the Michael Watley, is it Watley? And the or that other genius, Lara Trump, they're not doing anything about this. Who is going after? What are you doing to speak specifically to? And maybe you are. Maybe I don't know this. Maybe there has been a concerted effort to deal with the black community. They are ignored. Listen to Kathleen Stock. Gay people, plain old average gay people, have been absolutely just shelved for trans and Latinos, the hardest working people in the world. I'm telling you, working hard, they are there. And I'm sorry. You're going to Bedminster. You're going to a golf course that most people can't even get on or in or what. I mean, just, what do you get off the golf course? Do what I'm saying. Have this place that he goes to so that every time he drops something, He just goes on and leaves something. How come, for example, hey, it's you want this Trump? You want all of the just people to stop what they're doing and run. Trump's on. Don't give people something long and say, let me ask you a question. You want this guy to be a vice president when he's been with the National Guard, which is terrific, for 24 years, whatever capacity, weekends, doesn't matter. God bless the National Guard. And he doesn't know the difference between command sergeant major and master sergeant. Let me say that again. Sergeant major is the highest, was it E9? I don't know what that was, but it's the highest non-commissioned officer rank there is. The highest. And he doesn't know the difference between that and sergeant major. Now, this is in the category of this world called, can you believe the bias of this? This one you've got to see.
Service
No, excuse me. This is the wrong one. I've got Dan the Bash coming up, so I'm going to show you this one. We might have missed this one. This story blows my mind.
The Secret Service detail that's guarding former President Donald Trump. So this coming from Real Clear Politics, reporting that a female Secret Service agent abandoned her post in North Carolina to breastfeed her baby during Trump's visit
What's her
yesterday.
baby doing there?
The report says about 5 minutes before Trump's motorcade arrived, the site agent who manages security for the entire event did a final sweep of the location.
And while walking the route, the site agent reportedly found the Secret Service special agent in question breastfeeding with 2 other family members present in a room that's supposed to be set aside for official business like an emergency involving the president. The report says the special agent did not have permission to leave her post and gave no warning prior to the event that she needed personal time. Working Secret Service agents are prohibited from bringing children or any family members, for that matter, on a protective assignment.
All right, still working on clarification and details on this, that coming from the reporter for RCP. And it comes about a month after what many consider to be the biggest Secret Service failure in recent American history, the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania. For details, national correspondent Alana Austin just got a response from the Secret Service spokesman on this. She joins us live from Capitol.
Okay, where we go. Now, this goes, they are trying to tell you, we're not going to lift a finger to protect him. Ha, ha, ha. Take that, Jim Jordan. Take that, whoever it was. When you brought out Sheeple, who resigned, take that and stick it in your pipe. We don't care, and there's nothing you can do about this. Nothing. We don't care. This is what they're telling you. It's incredible. Evan Webb says, I want the truth, but most want to hear what they are feeling. Talk with them, not to them. Indeed. And Kevin, thank you. You've got people who are telling you, we will vote for you here. Do you think Don Jr. or Lara Trump or anybody, is there an urban contingent to this group of people? Does the GOP have, where is the, and I know there are people, you see them from time to time, you see them in the Bronx, they've got a MAGA hat on. Now, the next thing you have to understand is, remember, this is critical. You have to say, it doesn't matter who Kamala Harris is. If Kamala Harris, God forbid, quit, they'd put somebody else and nobody would skip a beat. Because the agenda, the bills, the agenda for the next 25 years are already written. Not by her, not by you, and not by the Democratic Party. Because remember something, this is the Democratic Party.
Trump lost 2 debates to me in 2020. And since then, he hadn't shown up for debate. Now he's acting like he wants to debate me again. Well, make my day, pal. I'll even do it twice. So let's pick the dates, Donald. I hear you're free on Wednesdays.
Remember when he did this? Remember when he actually, do you know how much Adderall they had to give him to have him do that? Do you remember when he said this? And what was the result?
Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with.
Yep, that's it.
Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Yeah, okay. So that's why Trump has to go from his desk in Mar-a-Lago, or Mar-a-Lago, as I call it. And Trump has to say something to the effect of, this is the one that Kamala said was sharp as a tack. This is a guy that George Clooney said was sharp as a tack. This is the one that Karine Jean-Pierre said was sharp as a tack. This guy. Then all of a sudden, June 27th, he's not sharp as a tack anymore. And then it only took until July 5th when he went some of George Stephanopoulos, and there you go with that. My dear friends, don't blame Joe. They don't care. These are just pawns. These are puppets. They just put somebody in because the Democratic Party is not run by you. It's not run by Democrats. It's not run by liberals or progressives. It's run by a group of people you'll never meet. And as George Carlin said, you're not in this group. Now, one thing I will tell you, this is for our consumption, but I don't think Trump should he should just ignore this. Don't talk about climate science. Don't talk about climate change. Don't do this. We laugh at it, but a lot of people don't. But this is great. Watch this.
We have, according to the best scientists in the world, we have 12 years. What they're telling us is if we don't get our act together in the next 7 or 8 years, is that the scientists are telling us
7 or 8
that if we don't act incredibly boldly within the next 6-7 years,
or confronting climate change before it is too late within the 10 years that we have left to us.
Beto O'Rourke could eat an apple through a picket fence.
The world is going to end in 12 years if we don't address climate change. How dare you?
Please tell me you don't. Tell me your heart. Tell me your heart does not skip a beat when you
climate change. How dare you?
Tell me she didn't make your day. How dare you? I loved her. What is she, about 40 years old now?
It's, that movie, The Day After Tomorrow. It's today.
What a flop. Was this Klobuchar? What a flop.
You have stolen my dreams.
Yes, and you have stolen my dreams. And I hate you. Look at my dreams. They're gone because of you. I hate you. How dare you?
Science tells us we have 9 years.
There will be no future for the Bronx.
Nothing in the Bronx. The Bronx is burning. Not because of fires or any kind of, but it's burning because of the sun.
There will be no livable future for generations.
This is a climate damn emergency.
Look at this guy. You know it's a fire, you schmuck. And if you if somebody wouldn't stop setting these things, I'm just saying.
Iowa, Nebraska, broad swaths of the Midwest are drowning right now.
Now they're drowning or they're on fire. Too much water or not enough water.
Underwater. Farms, towns that will never be recovered and never come back.
we are talking about severe droughts, which will prevent farmers in the Midwest from growing the food that we need. We're talking about extreme weather disturbances.
Droughts, floods, fires, pestilence, locusts, critters, pox on our, the worst, tornadoes, tsunamis, volcanoes. I don't care whether there's any volcanic activity or not. Tornadoes, tornadic, the worst, did I mention the frogs dropping from the frogs, big, ugly crickets.
The science is clear.
What this moment is about, Joe, is that the scientists are telling us they underestimated the severity of the crisis.
Now, I don't know about you, but I would give me some new scientists if I were you. And there's the same scientist who said, and if you don't wear a mask, if you don't use the the little adhesive strips in your store where you walk 6 feet, and if you don't walk in the direction that we push you towards, because the COVID virus goes this way, it will not. You will die a hideous death.
In the 10 years that we have left to us as the science and scientists.
Look at this. Look at this Rachel Maddow doppelganger. Who is this guy? Where did this guy come from? Yeah, can we get a nerd? Yeah, from Central Casting? No. Oh, you'll do. Oh, this guy. Oh, he's great. Bring him on. Who is he? I don't know. And he talks like this. And he's one of those people from MSNBC.
Tell us.
As the answer, we need other industries to transition to get to ultimately a complete zero emissions by 2020.
What does that mean? Zero emissions.
25. We need to cut.
Oh my God, look at this guy. Look at this. Look at that face. He kept going to doctors and they kept saying, you think somebody would say, listen, John, I can't do this anymore. You look like that kid from The Mask. What's his name? The kid from the Cher movie? The kid, Toby, Randy, Jerry, whatever it is. Look at this guy. It's The Mask.
Global emissions in half by 2030.
It's not a question of re-entering the Paris Accord. That's fine. Who cares?
And it's been...
Oh, this guy. Stop right now. When you see Bill Gates, if I could connect something to your body, some form of plethysmograph, how would you be able to gauge this? What this man has done? Is there anybody today that has garnered the degree of complete and utter detestation that you feel towards him? Even Greta Thunberg, we laughed at. And also Greta Van Susteren, who I couldn't lure me out of a burning building. But this guy?
Nobody knows how to get rid of that.
How to get cows to stop farting.
Exactly. Or burping.
I don't think so.
How much time do we have? How much time does the human race have?
I can't imagine there will be a human on the planet in 10 years.
We are in the...
I can't believe there will be a human on the planet in 10 years. Come on.
Planet in 10 years.
We are in the beginning of a mass extinction.
If you laugh at Joe, then you're missing the point. This is an existential crisis.
Bingo.
You.
Bingo. Why is Joe saying bingo? Why is Joe saying bingo? Now, let me tell you something right now, just to end what's going on here. By the way, Dig, thank you. Dig's been a member for a month. Thank you, Dig. And Evan says, a bit of Chicken Little, a bit of Cassandra, indeed. By the way, one more little bit of, and I'm saving the best for last. This was Dana Bash, who looks like she's never smiled in her life. Dana Bash.
Kind of classic.
Like her goldfish died. You know, like she just looks like she's never known any moment of happiness, any moment of elation, any smiles, any toys, birthday presents, balloons, circuses, ice cream, nothing. No ponies, not a puppy, just nothing. No, just a life devoid of everything and anything, even mildly elation inspiring. Listen to this lie when they claim that Elon is saying, when he did that Spaces piece with Trump, where Elon Musk is saying, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, that's no big deal. He meant nuclear power. And they, through this terrible editing, did this and handed Inside Politics host Dana Bash.
I want to play one exchange that was kind of...
Look at that face. Look, her eyes are going back and forth. Like, you're not going to believe what you're about to hear.
Classic. Well, there were a lot of exchanges that were classic Donald Trump, but this one really stuck out to us.
And Nagasaki were bombed, but now they're like full cities again. So
okay, get ready.
It's really not something that, you know. So it's not as scary as people think.
It's not as scary as people think. Not the bombing of the cities, but nuclear power. I don't even know how much of the separation they edited together. This is criminal.
So that was more Elon Musk than Donald Trump talking about, sort of suggesting that what happened almost 80 years ago, I think 80 years ago next year, the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, now it's okay.
No, they didn't say that.
Kind of trying to blow off the impact of that.
No, they didn't. That to me is almost critical. But I've been waiting for this to really make you happy. And Teresa Skinner, thank you, Teresa. Welcome. Teresa has become a YouTube member. Thank you, Teresa. By the way, don't forget to wish our Sue a happy birthday. I don't even want to tell you how old she is because you're not going to believe it. She's a child. Listen to this. The number one, my favorite politician of all time is Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard from Dalton, Illinois. Tiffany Henyard is without a doubt. When I need to be reminded of how great this country is, when I need a good laugh, I have Tiffany. She right now, you know the story. She has spent. They have no money in this little town. She spent, I don't know, on Amazon. She has a credit card like $40,000. Who knows? They brought in Lori Lightfoot, Beetlejuice. Remember this? Beetlejuice they brought her in, and she's saying, this is incredible. The ex, I think the prior police chief was indicted for some IRS problem with her. I mean, this is corruption that is so, and say what you want about Fannie. Well, let's say what you want about anybody, whether it's Biden, anybody. Tiffany does not only does she not understand, she doesn't care. And she speaks with a clarity and a surprising eloquence that is unmatched.
As it relates to with credit cards, as you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are...
I love it. She says, I don't handle that. I've got the credit cards, but I don't handle that. I don't know what that means. I will run up bills, but I don't handle that.
For you, though?
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas?
She went to Las Vegas and spent a fortune with her posse, including huge groups of security to maintain her safety. See, she can't answer that. Did you go to Las Vegas? Yes, you did, but she can't answer it. See that?
What is that?
No comment.
You don't
Look
know
at
if
that.
you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
Oh, look at this. She's laughing. She said, I don't have to answer. The intrepidity of Tiffany. She calls herself a Superman.
You're not going to answer how taxpayer dollars are being spent? That seems odd.
I just answered it. What do you mean? I just answered your questions.
You said
Look
you
at that.
wouldn't answer about Las Vegas.
You asked me a question.
She asked. I know what you're saying. Let it go.
I responded.
We can't band together at this time, at this moment.
Now, this is one of the most important messages ever. And she makes a question about the importance of dancing and the celebration, I believe, of Dr. King in a juxtaposition which you might find a bit far-fetched, but I find delightful.
We can't band together at this time, at this moment. This is going to be Black History Month, right?
Yep.
Y'all all say Martin Luther King had a dream, but guess what? I am the dream.
She is the dream.
Y'all forget I am the leader.
Now, she makes it very, very clear. Move over, dear leader. Move over, Kim Jong-un. She speaks with an authority I find, frankly, refreshing.
But guess what? I am the dream.
Y'all forget I am the leader. They want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet. Black History Month. Of course I'm going to give away $1 million to help you pay your mortgage and your rent. Of course I am. The mayor, not the trustees that don't do nothing, that only run their mouth. We getting scrutinized in the media. For what? Loving on the people? Showing them that they matter to us? We going through the fires for y'all.
Yes.
Black History Month. As the first African-American female mayor of Dalton, of course I'm misunderstood. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself.
It's that kind of, that's the one that just paralyzes me. And the people, the good people of Dalton are sitting back and they're just saying, black and white, many of them black, they want her gone. But here's the point. They're not playing the race card. They're playing the DNC blue privilege card. They don't want anything to happen to her, Fannie Willis, or any Democrat of prominence, especially now, because that starts people talking about corruption and about self-monitoring and respectability, and they don't want that. You are not going to have that. Do you see what I'm saying? It's just incredible. And this is just, and they brought in Lori Lightfoot, who said, and the best part is, Tiffany Henyard, she's gone. Fannie Willis lied. They nothing can happen to her because, again, nobody wants to make any kind of a conflation, any kind of a connection between what they've done and any type of activity or action regarding Donald Trump. It's just, so my friends, sit back, wait 82 to 81 days until the election, 81 days. And I know people are out there and they say, I'm not feeling. You're not feeling. No, I'm not feeling. Remember, Hillary Clinton, who had theoretically, the entire Democratic machine, she felt great too. She had every poll. She had the wind at her back. She had they said it is a done deal. Don't even bother. They laughed at Trump then. Trump went against the entire red wall from you name it. Not now. Now, that does not mean that the president, if he decides just to walk away, can lose this. Of course he can lose this, but not yet. He wants this more than anything. And I'm going to leave you with something right now. She does not want this more than anything. I know that may surprise you. She does not want this. It is not something that she has wanted from day one. Donald Trump wants this because he doesn't need this. All right, dear friends, follow Lynn's Warriors on YouTube at this link right there. And let me say, first of all, to our good friend, happy birthday, Smiling Sue. Bless your heart. You're a member of our family. Don't ever forget that. Everybody send her some love. Teresa Skinner, Evan Webb, Dig, Kevin, Bobby Dowd, Barry Taylor, Ryan, Christian Janis, Crystal Stavro, our great friend, the Honeyman, Raul Rodriguez, Edie Crowley, and you, of course. And do not listen to this nonsense. And when you hear this business about, I'm telling you, there's Frank Luntz who talks about ideas that all he wants to do is go on the right channel to say the right thing so they will have him back and pay him. It's a hell of a gig. And you're not going to bite the proverbial hand that feeds you. All right, dear friends, God bless America. Have a wonderful day. Yay! We have stuff today. Remember, I know this goes without saying, you better be registered to vote. Don't let me find out that you are not registered to vote. Don't let me find out that you or anybody in your family has not registered to vote. We need every American to take advantage of everything, whether it's write-ins, personal appearances, whatever it is. And to Watley and Lara Trump, please don't let us down. Make sure you have your contingents of election warriors and lawyers ready to go and be dispatched on the day of the election. Don't spend your time getting, face work and going on Fox News speaking the obvious. I'm sorry. There's plenty of time for that later. And if you can't handle this, get somebody who can. Because this is not about some little societal moment. This is about the future of our republic. All right, dear friends, have a great day. See you at 7 p.m. Plenty of new videos following or falling or dropping. Make sure you subscribe to Lionel Nation and Lionel Legal. And don't forget, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you. Da, da.